Everyone, welcome to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Ethan, and I'm so excited to be here.
And I'm Lilah. It's great to have you all with us today. Really, we love doing this.
Oh yeah, totally. All right, let's get into it. Today's topic is a super important one. 10 mistakes English learners always make. And of course, how to fix them.
I love this topic, Ethan. It's so relatable. I mean, who hasn't made a mistake while learning a language? It's just part of the journey.
Absolutely. Like when I was learning French, I kept saying, gee, suis chaud, thinking it meant I'm hot. But it actually means something totally different.
Oh no, Ethan, that's a classic blunder. Yeah, mistakes like that happen all the time. But that's why we're here, to help you avoid them or fix them.
That's right. Okay, before we jump into the list, let's talk about why these mistakes happen. Lilah, what's your take?
I think a lot of it comes from thinking in your first language. Like you try to translate directly and it just doesn't sound right in English.
Oh yeah, that's huge. Direct translation is such a trap. English has its own rhythm, its own way of putting words together.
Exactly. And sometimes learners get so caught up in grammar rules that they forget to just talk. Like to feel the flow of the language.
Good point. I also think some mistakes happen because English is just weird. Like, why do we have so many prepositions? It's confusing.
Yes, totally. All right, let's share some vocabulary first. Words that are useful when talking about mistakes. I'll start with slip up. It means a small mistake like saying cat instead of hat.
Nice one. Okay, how about blunder? That's a bigger, maybe embarrassing mistake. Like calling your boss by the wrong name.
Oh, that's a good one. From another word, misstep. It's like when you take a wrong step in a conversation, like using the wrong tense.
Yeah, I like that. And one more, goof. It's a fun, casual way to say you messed up, like, oops, I made a goof.
Perfect. So slip up, blunder, misstep, and goof. Write those down, everyone. They're great for everyday English.
All right, let's get to the mistakes. We got 10 of them, and we'll give tips for each. Lilah, you want to kick it off?
Sure. Mistake number 1, using the wrong preposition. For example, saying I'm interested on books instead of I'm interested in books.
Oh, prepositions are the worst. My tip, learn them in chunks. Like, don't just memorize interested in, good at, tired of.
That's so smart. Okay, mistake number 2, forgetting articles. Like saying I have cat instead of I have a cat.
Yeah, articles are sneaky. And they're small but super important. My tip, read simple stories or news articles. You'll see how articles are used.
I love that. Number 3, using the wrong verb tense. Like saying I go to the park yesterday instead of I went to the park yesterday.
Tenses are tough. My tip, practice one tense at a time. Like for a week, only use past simple. Say things like I ate lunch. I saw a movie.
Yes, that's a great way to build confidence. Okay, number 4, wrong word order. Like saying I like very much pizza instead of I like pizza very much.
Oh, that's such a common one. English is picky about word order. My tip, listen to songs or podcasts and repeat the sentences. It helps you get the rhythm.
Totally. Number 5, mispronouncing words. Like saying beach but accidentally saying, well, that other word.
Oh yeah, pronunciation can be embarrassing. My tip, use a dictionary app with audio, like Merriam-Webster, to hear the right way to say words.
Good one. Number 6, overusing big words. Like saying I'm extraordinarily fatigued instead of I'm really tired.
Yeah, simple is better. My tip, stick to words you hear in everyday life, like on TV shows or in conversations.
Exactly. Number 7, not using contractions. Like saying I am going to the store instead of I'm going to the store.
Contractions make you sound so natural. My tip, practice saying you're there in front of a mirror. It feels silly, but it works.
I like that. Number 8, repeating the same words. Like saying this is good. That is good. Everything is good.
Variety is key. My tip? Learn synonyms. Instead of good, try great, awesome, or fantastic.
Yes, that's so important. Number 9, not asking for clarification. Like someone says something fast and you just nod even if you're lost.
Oh, that's a big one. My tip? Practice phrases like, can you say that again? Or what does that mean? It's okay to ask.
Totally. And number 10, being too formal. Like saying I would like to request instead of I want to ask.
English is pretty casual. My tip? Watch YouTube vlogs or Netflix shows to hear how people really talk.
All right, those are our 10 mistakes. Wow, that's a lot to think about, but they're all things you can work on.
Yeah, and the best part? Every time you fix a mistake, you feel so much more confident.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, let's make this fun. We're gonna share a dialogue now. It's about two friends, Jennifer and Alex, hanging out at a cafe. They make some of these mistakes, so listen carefully.
Hey, Alex, I go to the mall yesterday, and I see a dog. So cute.
Oh, cool. I like very much dogs, but I'm good in math, not animals.
I want to inquire about your weekend. You do anything fun?
Yeah, I watch movie. It was how you say, exceedingly fantastic.
Nice. I not understand movies sometimes. I just smile and nod.
Same. Like yesterday, someone talked fast, and I say, yes, but I no understand.
Oh, me too. We need practice English more, right?
Yes. Maybe we take class or something.
Good idea. Okay, I go get coffee now.
All right, that was Jennifer and Alex. Lilah, what did you think about their conversation?
I loved how real it felt. They're trying so hard and it's super relatable. But yeah, they made a few mistakes. Like Jennifer said, I go to the mall yesterday instead of went.
Oh yeah, that's our verb tense mistake. And Alex said, I like very much dogs instead of I like dogs very much. Word order strikes again.
Totally. And Jennifer's I want to inquire was so formal. She could just say I want to ask. But you know what? They're communicating and that's what counts.
That's right. They're not perfect, but they're getting their point across. And I love that they're laughing about it. That's the spirit.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's bring in some other perspectives. We've got 3 guests who are going to share their thoughts on these mistakes. First up is Sarah.
Hey, Ethan and Lilah. I'm an English teacher, and I see these mistakes every day. My biggest tip: don't be afraid to mess up. Mistakes are how you learn. When my students make a slip up, I tell them, great, now you know what to work on.
That's such a positive way to look at it, Sarah. Thanks for that. All right, next we have Javier.
Hi everyone. I'm an English learner and prepositions are my worst enemy. I used to say, I'm angry on you instead of angry with you. My tip? Write down phrases you hear in movies or songs. Like I have a notebook full of stuff like depend on, talk about, wait for.
Oh, Javier, that's brilliant. A notebook for phrases is such a good idea. Thanks for sharing. And last, we have Emma.
Hey there. For me, pronunciation is the hardest part. I used to say sheet instead of well, you know. It was so embarrassing. My tip? Record yourself speaking and compare it to native speakers. Apps like ELSA Speak are great for this.
Wow. Emma, recording yourself is such a smart move. Thanks for that tip.
All right, let's keep going. Then let's talk about why these mistakes are so common. Like, what's the root of it?
I think a lot of it is fear. Like, learners are afraid of sounding silly, so they overthink everything. And that makes them freeze up or use big, formal words.
Oh, that's so true. And sometimes it's about exposure. If you're not hearing English every day, it's hard to get the natural flow.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always tell learners to watch shows with subtitles. Like, start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English subtitles, then no subtitles.
I love that progression. Okay, let's do another quick tip round. I'll start. For pronunciation, try tongue twisters. Like, She sells seashells by the seashore. It's fun and helps your mouth get used to English sounds.
Nice one. My tip, 4 verb tenses, make a timeline. Draw a line, mark past, present, future, and write example sentences. It makes it visual.
Oh, that's clever. Okay, another tip. For word order, try rewriting sentences. Like take a sentence you said wrong and fix it 5 different ways.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one more from me. For confidence, talk to yourself in English. Like, narrate what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm walking to the store. It's private, so no pressure.
I'm stealing that one. Okay, let's do another dialogue. This time it's 2 coworkers, Sam and Patty, talking during a lunch break. They're gonna make some of our mistakes again.
Hey, Patty, I have dog at home. He's so funny.
Oh, nice. I like very much animals, but I'm good in computers, not pets.
Cool. I want request about your project. It's going okay?
Yeah, it's good. I work on it yesterday, and it's, how you say, exceedingly complex.
I not understand big projects. I just nod when my boss talks.
Oh, me too. Yesterday, he explained something, and I say okay, but no idea.
We need practice English, right? Maybe we watch English movies.
Good plan. Okay, I go get water now.
All right, that was Sam and Patty. Lilah, what stood out to you?
They're so relatable. Sam said, I have dog instead of I have a dog. That's our article mistake.
Yeah, and Patty said, I like very much animals instead of I like animals very much. Word order again.
Oh, and Sam's I want request was too formal. He could say I want to ask. But I love how they're trying. They're having a real conversation.
Totally. And they're joking about not understanding their boss. That's so real.
Yes, that's right. Okay, let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. Then, what's your big takeaway?
I'd say don't stress about being perfect. Every mistake is a chance to get better. Just keep talking, keep practicing.
Love that. My takeaway? Make English part of your life. Listen to music, watch videos, talk to friends. The more you use it, the easier it gets.
Perfect. All right, everyone. That's it for today's episode of Fluent English with Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, we had so much fun. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye for now.